Hi, this is a quick demo of a recent project of mine where I built an agent that made use of the Model Context Protocol that called different tools. So let's first give a quick overview of what the agent does. So the agent, like I said, made use of multiple MCP servers, a math and sentiment tools server. It's built using LangChain and LangGraph, and in particular with LangChain, I used LangChain's chat model interface to support multiple LLMs. One from OpenAI, which would be an external vendor supplied LLM, and one based on Olama, which is running local on my local environment here. Yeah. And it just provided a simple command line interface, and this is actually the workflow for the agent. So we'll start, and the user is prompted. The user provides a response. Based off of the response, the LLM will decide which one of the two tools to call, get a result back, print the results, and it goes back to the user. And we can kind of continue the cycle based on the prompts from the user, and until the user says it's now time to end, which we then end. And for the tools, we have two tools. One is the math tools, which basically just does two simple math operations, addition and multiplication, and a sentiment tool, which will based off of the text, will determine whether it's a positive, negative, or neutral kind of sentiment. All right. So that's an overview of the agent and the tools. So now what I'll do is show you running the agent with the different large language model providers. Okay, so let's do the first large language model provider. And for this, so this is part of my agent code, and in it there's a place where I initialize what model I want to use. So in this case, I'm going to use OpenAI's GPT-4o model. Okay, so that will be the LLM that will be used to run the agent. So with that, we'll get started. So I'll start up the agent. All right, and you can see here it gets started, and then we've initialized uh, the two tools that this agent can use, the math tools and the sentiment tools. Okay, so with that, let's ask the first question of the agent. List all available tools. Okay, let's see what it comes back with. And it says, here are the tools. And as I pointed out earlier, there's a set of math tools, which does add and multiply two numbers, and one that takes a text string and provides a sentiment analysis. Okay, so let's ask the first question of the agent. I have 5 apples and 3 oranges. Nibbles takes 2 of the apples and gives me 10 oranges. How many apples and oranges do I have? Okay. And you can see here it says it's invoking the math tools, and it's actually doing it twice because the prompt has implied two math questions in it. And it comes back and it says I have 3 apples and 13 oranges. I think that's right. 5 apples, take 2 away, that's 3. 3 apples, I start off with 3 oranges, and I get 10 more oranges, so I have 13 oranges. All right, so that's good. So that's with GPT-4o. Let's do a sentiment analysis. As I had a really good day. All right, let's see what it says. Again, it's saying it's calling the sentiment tools is positive. Okay, so basically, this is doing the sentiment tool, and that works. So again, for this to end the agent, all I need to do is press the enter key, a blank line. All right. So with that, that's running the agent with OpenAI GPT-4. So next, I'll do with a local running Ollama model. Okay, before we start with the Ollama model, let's clear the terminal area. So we'll just type in clear. All right, starting off with a clean slate. And as you can see, this is my another command line window on my desktop. And again, I have Ollama running. PS, and it shows there's no models currently running right now. So for this, we're going to comment out the OpenAI AI one, and we're going to ask to run the Ollama, the Quinn 2.5 32 billion parameter model, and it should come running local here on my desktop. So with that, now let's get the agent started with the Ollama model, the Ollama Quinn 2.5 model. So we'll bring it back up again. All right, so again, we'll type in Python MCP agent underscore client to start the agent. All right, and again, it kind of comes up, and now, so let's do the same set of questions. List all available tools. Okay, and then let's see. All right, I think it's still trying to start the Quinn 2.5 model. So we'll give it a few more seconds. All right, there we go. We got a response. So let's just see. Okay, here we see that the Quinn 2.5 32 billion parameter model is up and running. Okay, and we got the same kind of results that we did from the first one. All right, so let's ask Quinn the same question. I have 5 apples and 3 oranges. Nibbles takes 2 apples away and gives me 10 oranges. How many apples and oranges do I have? All right. All right, we can see again it's invoked the math tools twice, again, because there's an implied 2 math problems there. So all right, it says after nibbles takes away 2 apples and gives me 10 oranges. I have 3 apples and 13 oranges. All right, so that's right. 5 apples, take 2 away, that's 3. I start off with 3 oranges and I get 10 more, so that gives me 13 oranges. All right, so using, again, Quinn 253B, I get the right answer. It invoked the math tools. All right, so let's do a sentiment analysis. I hate rainy weather. All right, so it correctly determined I needed to do a sentiment analysis, invoke the sentiment tools, and it says is basically negative. And yeah, okay. So again, here's an example of where using an agent built with LangChain and LangGraph, and making use of LangChain's ability to talk to multiple LLMs, that I have an agent that can do the same function. I mean, I guess the advantage of using the Ollama model is it's running locally on my desktop. I'm not paying any token costs, and other than the initial duration to bring up the model, to start the model. The responses were fairly quick thereafter. Right, so again, so that's the advantage of using the Llama model. Again, the OpenAI with its really billions or trillions of parameter models, give you a better sophisticated thing, but in terms of doing initial application development on the cheap, running with a local Llama model is a way to help manage those costs. So with that, this kind of brings an end to the demo I had to show you an MCP, an agent using MCP servers, and being able to use two different large language model providers. Thank you.